Well, here we are, folks. Welcome to another Monday night stream. To Turtle Tom, I don't know if you saw my reply, but I did link the fish name up in the chat, if you're still looking for the name of the fish. Just curious, I went to get Aquashella tickets, and the website wouldn't let me. Anyone else have these issues? It does not surprise me. Usually they don't open up tickets this soon. Although I remember last year when you couldn't buy tickets for the 2024 show, but you could still buy them for the 2023, even though it was gone and past.
That seems like something that would happen.
So yeah, I have no idea when they're gonna open that up, but it's not just you. And I guess while we're waiting for people to roll on in here, I would like to thank MNC Aquatics for having me on his stream yesterday. It was a lot of fun. And the other 5 guys that were there, it was really enjoyable. And an announcement, I guess, would be this Friday, I believe. We're going to be on Stephen P's live stream.
Yeah. God, my brain.
And don't quote me on the time. I forgot. Steven's here. He'll tell us. I forgot. I don't want to say the wrong time. I'm pretty sure I know, but I could be wrong. And then what else? Oh, I wanted to thank the Zen Ginger. I always say that I don't ask my mods to do anything, but I asked her to do something for me on Sunday, so thank you, Zen. I appreciate it. Bougie Fish says, woohoo, steamy McStreamy. That is true. Is the audio not synced in? Okay, well, I'll just make myself smaller.
I'm just trying to make it so people can hear me and I'm not super loud or super quiet. That's why I have it like right in front of me. I feel like that's when it's the most even.
6:30 p.m. Pacific. All right.
Thank God Pacific time. It's always in other time zones. I'm like, why can't it never be Pacific? Why? There we go.
There's MNC Aquatics says, thanks again. Welcome up anytime. Awesome. I'm sure I will be back. Aquashella is coming to LA in October. Woohoo. Yes. And then what? Chicago.
Ooh, that's going to be expensive for anybody going there.
Florida and LA. Well, if it's still there.
Yeah, that's true. But they might have some issues at that point. There's plenty of LA that'll be left, but it's an expensive place to stay and eat. If you have to eat anywhere in LA, you're going to pay for it.
Yeah, still disappointed that it's not in Vegas, but
I still don't understand why they don't have things that are like, that's the largest like convention expo, like that is the capital for all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. It's so weird and it's cheap. I have family that lives there too. So
it's cheap to fly there. It's cheap to eat. It's cheap to stay.
Yeah, it's better than LA. That's gonna
And if
suck.
you're very super famous like me, you get free rooms there. So
my free room would be with my family. So
dang, you're not even staying with me in my free room?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
I didn't know
harsh.
I was invited. I was unaware.
I heard they were coming to New Jersey. Is that true? I'm pretty sure.
Jersey.
Didn't they axe Chicago for New Jersey? That's right.
That's
so Florida, New Jersey, and LA. And it's somewhere different in Florida too. I don't know. I don't pay attention to Aquashella, so.
Yeah, I'm not into that kind of stuff really myself.
Yeah,
Not so
I
much.
myself, I would rather like go to a club meeting.
Yeah.
Like if I'm flying somewhere, I'd rather go.
There's other things.
clubs,
Or
then
see someone's fish room. Like honestly, I'd
Yeah.
rather go look at someone's fish room than go to some big. I don't like a lot of people. I don't
Trade
like
shows
big,
are just I don't know.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of like. I just want to chill and look at stuff. I don't want to feel that like hustle and bustle. I don't like that personally. So I don't go to things like that. I just don't. Never have.
Dallas is still on? Oh, okay. I thought it was somewhere different. Maybe it's just a different hotel in Dallas. I don't know.
A different area of Dallas.
You're asking the wrong channel, my friends.
Oh.
LA and Jersey.
Yeah. It's funny. I have family in LA, Las Vegas, and Jersey. How funny.
I've never been to the trade show, so it's a bucket list thing for me. I mean,
Hey,
it's cool to go
yeah,
once.
I was going to say, and don't let my, like, this is everybody's different, right? Like you enjoy different things. I don't enjoy lots of, like, I don't like crowds and that kind of stuff. So I don't do well in, things like that.
Jenna brings up a good point. If you're interested in getting cool fish, you have a much better chance at a club event.
Absolutely. That's a very accurate statement.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to find, those trade shows are not geared towards like specialty fish or rare fish or set, like they are geared towards displays and selling products and
I'd rather go to
stuff.
I'd rather go to like the OCA, or the one in Pennsylvania that I always forget about, Clash, any of the Corridoras shows or the Pleco shows.
Catfish stuff.
Yeah, the Catfish Convention.
Oh yeah,
CatCon, yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff I think that would interest me more than that.
Aquashell is cool if you just want to hang out with fish nerds, but if you want to hang out with fish nerds and get cool fish, then you got to go to the other places.
Getting cool fish is at the top of my list in anything that I do regarding fish keeping. Always.
So back to the topic, Mandy gets paid. Yeah, she got paid a couple $100 last year.
Oh yeah. That was nice. I like that. Expensive products. Yeah, a lot of the time.
And a lot of the times you're not getting the people that actually know about the products.
They hire people for these events or whatever.
I remember at the Aquatic Experience, like the booth across from the Fish Fam booth, the guys were trying to set up a saltwater aquarium and they had no idea how to do it.
Oh no.
And it was a saltwater booth.
Oh no.
And they kept coming over and asking questions. I was just like blown away.
Yeah. See, what's funny is with the reptile expos, well, at least the ones in Sacramento, the products were very inexpensive. Like cages would be, or vivariums, tanks, whatever you're looking for they'd be very cheap, a lot cheaper, like significantly. And that was always fun, to get that kind of stuff at a discount because that rarely goes on sale.
Garage Gills brings up good point. Says, went to the first Aquashell last year in Dallas. I'm good for a while. Crowded, lots of coral. Speakers were okay, but the topics were meh.
Yeah. That's kind of like...
Yeah, when I was there, they didn't have anyone to do like the scape off. They were just grabbing random people. Some of the speakers weren't informed that they were speaking.
Oh, good.
Which was fun. So they were like, hey, it's the time to give your talk. And he's like, no one told me I'm talking.
Jeez. I'd be so annoyed.
Yeah, I'd rather go to an SAS meeting. That's a good club.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's kind of funny that Aquashella kind of became Aquatic Experience. So they are different, but kind of like it's the only. When they moved the Aquatic Experience to New Jersey, that was a death sentence. Nobody wants to go to Jersey.
Oh, is there a buzzing? Something's buzzing, Steven? I don't know what you can do about that. I will be of no help here, but
not a huge deal. But Bob and or Chelsea pull on a mic cord or something. It's like buzzing, no big deal.
It's not the varmint, is it? They're making weird noises.
I don't know. I'll start hitting stuff in a minute.
He will. Be careful. That will happen.
I think Aquashella has to have things that are just a broad general appeal because there are probably just as many people new or casual to the hobby.
I know that there's a lot of people with children, and a lot of people bring children to these types of events, and I feel like when you pander towards kids, maybe just with displays and bright colors or whatever, because you said like there's a lot of coral. Yeah, there's a lot of things that are like in that vein, and I think it's because it's like they know there's people coming to just look at stuff and do whatever. But I'm not... That is not why I want to go to something like that. I want to find rare fish that I can't find anywhere else, That's the goal for me always. So clubs, you have way higher chance of having that happen.
Where's my old Mandy? I want her back. The one that puts people on timeout here. What? I never know what Leo's talking about. Another Triple Crown type convention in San Antonio. June 12th through the 15th, the American Cichlid Association, the American Killifish Association, the American Livebearer Association, and Guppies and Bettas.
Wow.
I assume I got all those acronyms right. I'm 4 hours from Dallas and San Antonio. Alamo City is good town.
Whew.
brisket and Mexican
I
food.
love Mexican food.
See,
so
now
much.
that's one to go.
Yeah.
That's one to get excited about.
And you said brisket and Mexican food, barbecue and Mexican food. I'm all about that.
See, that sounds way more fun
Yeah.
than Coachella.
Well, and frankly, if I'm driving 4 hours, like for you specifically or whatever to get there, it better have a draw. Like there's a, like that many clubs meeting. That's cool. That's probably worth that 4-hour drive. Whereas I would never want to drive 4 hours to anything. Sounds terrible.
Steven says, I have no idea if the shell corals are rare or cool or what. They are all blue to me. Yeah, the blue lights are...
The blue lights kill it for me. That's why I don't like
thank
saltwater.
you.
That's the main thing for me that bothers me about saltwater is I hate blue cast. I don't like that. I want warm, natural, sunshiny looking light.
Bougie Fish says, I like looking at wavy corals, but as far as keeping them, no thank you, please. I mean, I would do a tank of like pulsing xenia. I think those are pretty rad.
I'm a big fan of saltwater inverts, and a lot of the blennies and gobies I really enjoy too. But I love the shrimp. I love all the weird, crazy looking underwater spider type creatures.
Zen says, I'm not imagining. I think the only managing moderator is probably Aquarium Co-op. I know he has superpowers on my channel, so I would assume he's a managing moderator as well.
Fish tank barn, that would be a brutal drive. 20 hours.
Yeah, but he drives everywhere. He's crazy. I couldn't do it.
The longest I've been in a car, I think, is 12 hours, and that was plenty long enough for me. Plenty long enough.
The blue eyes hurt my eyes instantaneous, and it looks awful.
Yeah, it just looks
I don't like
very...
to look at corals under light.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't care for it.
Harley says, I want a hairy puffer or a dogface puffer if I did salt, where a hairy puffer is freshwater.
Yeah. Don't do that.
The dogface is definitely salt.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool saltwater puffers.
Oh my God, you could get so many. I like cowfish too.
Mm-hmm.
Cowfish are sweet.
The thing I like best about saltwater are the inverts.
Yeah, that's
all the
what
shrimp.
I was saying. The shrimps are
Crabs.
the coolest. Yeah, but those blennies, man, I do love a blenny.
Andrew says, hello, Steenfott and everyone. I sent you guys an email about the 519s. I did see that. You got about 5 or 6 more days before I respond. It's my average.
Especially right now. We have, I'm sorry. I apologize because we have a lot going on right now.
It's been so busy here. Plus, I know it's like 2 degrees outside. No one's shipping right now. So,
yeah.
But I did see it and I will respond. Definitely.
Oh, porcupine puffer is what they meant. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Porcupines are very cool.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
The Mandarin dragonettes. I feel like those are like hard to keep.
Yeah, I think there are a lot of saltwater fish that are harder to keep. Not hard, but harder. And I here's the thing is I hate, like I never liked when people are like, oh, saltwater is harder. It's no harder than freshwater. It's just the requirements are slightly different. But you still have to like take care of your tanks and maintain them. But I will say that it is egregious to me sometimes to see how much the livestock costs. Like saltwater livestock is like way higher price point than freshwater for the most part because of the corals.
Looks like Bill has a question for you. I didn't read it. I just saw it.
Where? Oh, a pair of breeding electric blue acara laying eggs in a 90-gallon tank. Their fish gobbled them up, separated them into 40-gallon. They have done nothing. Yeah. That's going to continue. So I've done it. My electric blue acara wanted to spawn in community tanks. That is, most of my fish would not spawn if I isolated them. Like, that's why I just got sick of it, left them in community tanks and let whatever babies survive. Or if I felt like pulling them, what you have to do is either remove the eggs. Have they ever gotten to wigglers? I'm curious because mine would get to wigglers. So and they're in a 75 with like 10 electric blue acara, they'd get to wigglers and then I'd turkey baste them out of there. But you could definitely remove the eggs. Normally mine spawned on a rock or something. I don't know where yours lay, but you could pull the rock. You leave like a smooth rock for them. They always went for that in my tank. But yeah, that'll keep happening. And they won't spawn by themselves.
Corinne says, dosing is what intimidates me with saltwater. Seems a lot more intense. Oh, not at all. Like,
Not really, no.
it's not really stable in the ocean, right?
No,
it's always raining. You got
yeah.
river runoff.
The salinity goes up and down
Yeah, it's
naturally.
not, to be fair, I've only done one saltwater tank in my life, but that was
I'm
the
no
least
expert.
of my concern.
I was never worried about that aspect. I was more worried about the things I wanted to keep. Inverts are way more sensitive. Like a lot of them are the more sensitive. Like I didn't want to kill things. I didn't want to, that was the intimidating part to me. But as far as the like water chemistry, it's really, again, just making sure you have the correct chemistry. But same thing with freshwater.
Regina said she had a mandarin. Even in a seasoned reef tank, he didn't survive.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's sad.
I've read that they're really difficult to keep alive.
Losing pufferfish or other expensive fish. I'm trying to think of like other stuff that's like up there price wise, but I don't know how much are those. The mandarins.
Corridora says I will use the conversation as a basis for my essay on why gray chats are better than colored ones. Look at all the beef moderators are causing. I think it's just Leo.
Yeah, Leo's stirring the pot.
Leo's always the culprit.
He's throwing grenades and running away. Yeah, they always have good stuff at the Serpentarium. I'm excited to one day live by one again because it's fun they do get good stuff and they take care of their animals.
Echo says they need lots of copepods.
There you go. Copepods are cool.
Beef, it's what's
oh my
for
god,
dinner.
Those commercials. What a time to be alive, huh?
I just think of Michael Scott.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Is that the same grill you cooked your foot on?
I hit my elbow and now I have a protuberance.
Brock says, I've been thinking about CO2 lately. How well is passive CO2 for plants? I am not a proponent of any type of DIY CO2. Any it's got to be pressurized or nothing.
It's nerf for nothing, guys. Right?
I guarantee you'll end up spending more time and money trying to DIY something cheap that just never works right, that always is changing.
Yeah.
Pressure, the bubbles, it's hard to keep up. It's just not worth it. I mean, a good CO2 regulator like the Aquatics, I've never had a problem with it. It's like $80 on Amazon. You can find like a 5-pound CO2 tank for like $20 on Craigslist, and it costs like $20 to fill. Bada bing, bada boom.
I can't give advice on CO2 because I've never done it, but I can give advice on spending money up front to make your life easier and make yourself successful the first time around. So when someone says like any advice like that, where just spend the money and don't waste your time,
Take it from someone who always tries to DIY and do things cheaper, and then always ends up just coming back to just getting what works, what's tried and true. I've done the 2-liter bottle method. I've done yeast. I've all that stuff. And it just when you're working with pressurized CO2, it's just set it and forget it. You never have to worry about it. A 5-pound bottle on one tank will last 6 months.
I believe the peace of mind alone would be nice, to not have to rely on the human error for that.
Be right back. Your girl needs a bowl of cereal for ultimate stream enjoyment. What
cereal.
kind of cereal?
I was about to ask that. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Everybody loves cereal.
Bought a T-bar cichlid based off your video, and she has become my new favorite.
That makes me really happy.
Blue eye. All the blue eyes are cool.
They are amazing fish. They really are. I'm so glad you did. I wish more people would take a chance on those. Like they really are. They're not mean. They're the perfect size. They're gorgeous. They're hardy. I don't really know what more you want from a cichlid, honestly. And they have great personalities. They're not shy at all.
Harley says, what substrate do you guys have in your moss tanks? I also laugh, no substrate. Very hard at the fat banjo catfish in your last
Oh my God,
video.
it was huge, and I'm sure it's my fault because there was a time when I was pulling banjo cats and putting them in
I'm
every
thinking
tank.
like, when I was talking to Corey, I'm like, these orange lasers, he's mentioned he wanted to get some. I'm like, you can have all mine. They're stupid. They never come out. They never spawn.
Worthless Corys.
And then obviously we found some juveniles in there. And then turns out the banjo cats were probably just eating all the fry.
But what a good life those banjo cats had.
Yeah, what a good life the fry had.
Well, they didn't. Banjo cats were alive longer. I love the banjo cats. I just feel bad because when we were moving a lot of stuff around, I put banjo cats in random tanks. I think I might have moved substrate and not realized because we had some small ones. And I think they probably got moved into tanks that I did not know of. So, whoops.
My philosophy is that messing with people is okay as long as it's good intentions, as long as it's with love. Like, humor without love is just cruel.
Yeah, and especially with a certain undertone, because there can be, that underlying kind of like snark where you're like, I don't know if that's on the up and up there. But yeah.
A good example,
Playfully.
my sister's mother-in-law, when we have our family barbecues,
Oh, Jesus.
I always give her crap because it's funny.
Yeah,
And I guess
funny.
one time she got a little upset, and I was like, look, if I didn't love you,
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do this. And
Yeah.
she was like, oh, and then she, apparently, that made her feel really good and welcomed. And then the next time we had the family barbecue, I took a lot of them screaming chickens, the ones that you blow through and
Jesus.
they squeeze. And I shoved them in her tailpipe. There must have been 12 of them.
Like literally.
And she starts in the car, and all these chickens start screaming. And then she drives off. Obviously, the higher that she revs, the louder these chickens are screaming out her
And they
tailpipe.
fall out the tailpipe.
It was so funny.
Yeah,
You gotta mess with people. You gotta have some fun.
I grew up with my cousin who's like 6-7 years older than me, and he lived with us for on and off for some years growing up, and no one ever gave me more hell than he did, and no one ever showed up for me more than he did. Like, it's like the people that mess with you the hardest, normally it's for good reasons, good intentioned reasons.
Jesse says, do you have advice for treating an epistogramma with a fuzzy mouth? It looks a little bit like bacterial. Always has his mouth open. Still swimming around, but it does seem to be more lethargic. So I normally don't like giving medical advice because I'm not a veterinarian. However, I would treat it for fungal. If it was me, I would treat it for fungal. I would treat it for bacterial, and whatever your preferred meds are for fungal and bacteria.
If I would
I would just dose both at the same time.
I would probably, if you had like Icax, I'd throw that in there too, just because sometimes that can help with bacterial issues.
I'm falling out of favor with Icax.
I know you said that.
It doesn't seem to do anything for me anymore.
I think is becoming a problem for a lot of people. I agree with that. I think it's becoming less effective. I think it's taking longer and longer to do what it used to do way quicker. Because it used to be, for me, if I ever had ick, it was gone in a day or two. Like with Icax, it would just be gone within a week for sure. And our last experience was, I think we had a really bad case though. I think it was very weird. I haven't had ick that bad in a long time. But yeah, I would just med that baby up. It was a fat cat. Yep.
Somebody asked me where I get them all from, and I've had them since 2019. So I bought 24 of them when I was selling fish on my website. And then I liked them so much, I took them off my website and just kept them all. And they have clearly spawned because there's way more than what I started with. And they just, I don't know, they're just everywhere. They're very easy. They don't move. They don't so
do
if I'm
anything.
moving decor and there's one in a rock, it won't even try to flip out of the rock
They
if it's out
don't
of
do
water.
anything. They just flop around and apparently eat a lot. I never see them.
OMG.
What?
2/3 of you are slackers.
Oh.
Missed the like button.
Jerks. Just kidding.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Do you stop feeding when using meds? It's case by case. Generally, no. A lot of people do.
If they're eating, you feed them. If they're not, then you don't.
Yeah, I mean, there's you can argue it either way. I generally feed. I don't feed as much, but I do feed. Aquatic Moose says, I've always had to raise the temps to be ick fast. My first ick took a week. Yeah, we raised it up to 80. And after 2 weeks of Icax, I was like, screw this.
It was a long time, and it just wasn't breaking it down at all. And we then tried other meds. It was just a really weird. I think it was just a really weird bout of it, honestly.
Steenfott Aquatics says, Korean, I'm looking at replacing CPDs. That's a good choice. In my 20 long, I'm thinking pseudomagills or pencils. Thoughts on both? You can't go wrong either way. I
Pencils.
personally don't enjoy pencil fish in a 20 long.
Pencils.
Because I feel like it's too small.
Depends on what kind of pencil fish you have, yeah. It does.
I do like pseudomagills in a 20 long because it's the perfect size for them.
You could do
But
Beckfords in there.
I much prefer pencil fish in a larger tank than a 20, even like a 20 tall, 20 long. Put them in a 40 breeder, and I love them even more.
Yeah, I was gonna say my favorite tank I've ever kept mine in, where I kept like 5 different species in a 40 breeder, and it was just great. It was great. Oh no, we didn't do 2 weeks at 80. We did 2 weeks.
It's been 80 the whole time.
Oh, you left
There's
it
a
up?
heater in there, yeah.
Which tank though?
The one with the Congo tetras.
Oh, that tank. I'm thinking of. Sorry. Okay, I'm thinking of the 2 tanks we had it in. Oh, hit the like button.
Tetra E-Guard, the tablets that dissolve in the water usually work really good for me. I'm very hesitant on any Tetra product.
Yeah. I mean, ooh, candy. Yeah, that's right. Red corals. Very pretty. He has nice red corals in the display tank.
Ross is here. Is the stream almost over already?
I know Ross was nice and early today.
I sure hope so. I think I ate some bad chicken earlier, and my stomach is really upset.
That's no good.
I've been drinking a ton of water and farting a lot.
Oh, great. I was unaware of this.
Yeah, because my farts don't smell.
Well, yeah. Well, most of the time.
I've been farting for like 2 hours, and you haven't even noticed.
Okay. Well, I haven't heard anything, so.
Well, yeah, I'm not trying to advertise.
Okay. That's so nice of you.
Eventually, we'll get the quantum AI meds. It'll all be good. Boy, wouldn't that be crazy? Like, quantum computing is bonkers. It's going to change everything.
They're making so much noise.
Nox ick destroyed my friend's clown loaches. Do not use.
Oh.
It's hard to make a blanket statement like that. But you should be careful on scaleless fish when you're using medications.
Yeah. Why would I kick him outside? Did you do something?
For farting?
Oh.
I don't know.
I mean, if I don't hear it or smell it, I guess I can't really be that upset, right?
You can use that with meds, but it's not something, or you can use that med with loaches if you're very familiar with it's nothing that I would recommend to like a newbie or even maybe someone that's been doing it for a couple years. It's the same thing with like salting corridors. Everyone says you can't do it. I've done it many times.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly comfortable salting corridors.
Never had a problem there.
And yeah, you just got to be extra careful with scaleless. Hey, our first super chat. The pressure of live plants is overwhelming. I've bought so many. Do they cause ammonia spike when they die?
They can, Leslie. If they're rotting in your tank.
So I don't know that they would cause ammonia, but they would definitely. Organics breaking down is going to lower your pH.
Oh, never mind.
So even if it does give off ammonia, if your pH is low, it doesn't matter if you have ammonia, but it could cause a lot of other problems if your pH drops like that. So something to keep in mind.
If you had like a ton.
All right.
God, if you had a ton of plants rotting, I've had it cause ammonia spikes in smaller tanks. It was my fault, though, to be plain about it.
Always add salt to taste. Thank you, Leslie, for the $10 super chat. Yeah, but again, I think if you just take out the plants that are dying, so they're not breaking down in your water, you should be okay. And if you have any other plant questions, maybe we can figure out why they are dying.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good one.
Live plants should not be overwhelming.
No, they should make your life easier, if anything. Honestly.
What air pump would you use for another $5 super chat from Temperate Takes? Thank you, buddy. What air pump would you use for baby's first rack of 10 10-gallon tanks with no further expansions?
10 10-gallon tanks.
Ooh, if I could find a small enough linear air piston, I'm not sure what the smallest one is, but that's the route I would go, just because they're really quiet. Man, I feel like the smallest one I know of would be overkill for 10 tanks. But I think it would be worth it because it would still be quiet and extremely reliable. What else would I do for 10 tanks? I might do like 2 smaller air pumps and do 5 per air pump. But I think I would look for the smallest, the absolute smallest linear air piston pump you could find. I'm kind of curious myself.
What does that say? LP28 is the smallest, says Jody. Oh,
Is that the smallest one from Gemco?
I was about to say, is that a Gemco?
Or is there a different one? I'm going to look it up now. You have the con. I've been watching a lot of submarine movies.
Oh, God. When are we getting me a member sticker? Who knows? Who knows? Could be.
Whenever she gives me a picture that she'll allow me to use.
Oh, well, there you go. Can't we just have a proxy? Can't you do it like you did my maternity pictures?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was a hard no. My fiance says Suda McGill's too. Now the problem is picking one. I like them all. So my pygmy cories have been laying some eggs. 6 fry growing up now. They are tiny. Yeah, they are. They start out real small. Some of the corridors are itty bitty. Which ones? I don't remember the ones that we had that hatched recently, but they were so freaking tiny. It was ridiculous. I had to put a light underneath the breeder box just to see them. Yeah, it's hard to pick Suda McGill's. They're all nice. That's a personal preference type of thing. I mean 26. Oh, it's LP26. The baby should get a member sticker too. She'll probably get one before me. Yeah. Oh, Nancy, that's funny. Yes, she probably will. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, here's one. It's $120, made by Alita, and I actually found this on the Aquarium co-op forums. 15 LPM.
Oh, Regina said Alita makes good pumps for multiple tanks, a few different sizes.
Yeah, actually the one in our fish room is Alita. I'll see if I can pull it up for you here.
You want to talk about tiny fry, rainbow fish fry, or itty bitty? A lot of them. Garage Gills, Hunt for Red October is the best. He just watched that too.
It is the best. I love that movie. Here you go. Oh, stream is not offline. Let's go here.
We're done. Bye. Good night.
So I think this is the one I'm running in my fish room. Although mine doesn't have a green top, so maybe I'm lying. But here's the small one right here. Suitable for ponds, 750 to 3,000. I get it. It's still a little bit overkill, but no.
Overkill's all right. Better to have overkill than underkill.
I think this would probably be the best $120 investment for an air pump.
There you have it, folks.
Quiet. Really quiet. What is this? What is going on over here?
I don't know what that is.
Review checker?
Not
What is
sure.
that nonsense?
Oh, is it trying to make sure that reviews are not BS? Interesting.
I've actually never seen one this small. This is kind of neat.
Little baby.
Interesting.
What's interesting is the price difference between their largest and smallest is not that big. It's pretty negligible.
Benjamin says, I'm running 20 plus drops off the Alita 15. No problem. Yeah, so he just needs 10. So you'd be, I mean, I realize it's $120, which might seem expensive for 10-gallon tanks, but I think it's worth it.
Well, the kids have been watching the eggs develop with a cheap microscope. They're pretty excited about it. Now I just got to not kill them. That's a fun thing. If you can get your kids into that and you have that going on, that's fun. I wish my parents would have been into that and done that when I was a kid.
Garage Gills, I also really like U571. I think that's a pretty underrated one. I really enjoy that movie. Curtis Schindler with a $1 super chat. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
I use an Alita on my 150 and 75 and 100-gallon tub. Tons of pressure.
That's nice.
There you go. I forgot there was something. Aquarium Co-op Forum. I'm on that. Yep. Oh, Fish Fan Link says join as a channel member for exclusive benefits.
Exclusive membership.
And help support the channel. Also use these affiliate links that are scrolling above our head.
Yeah.
That really helps us out, and
That
it helps
does.
you out. It's a win-win-win.
Yeah, it is. The fish win too.
That's about all the sales pitch I got in me today, folks.
Yeah, I was gonna say I am tired today. I am lacking energy. I'm trying. Spent.
Can you add more of those to the same circuit if it needs to grow? Yes. Linear air piston pumps can be run in series. They could probably be run in parallel too. Who knows? I found a red wiggly worm in my mystery snail tank. My Tetra's gobbled it up. Any ideas what it was? Probably just a type of detritus worm.
I'm sure they were stoked on that though.
What do I think about the old tar fiber seals on a tank? I don't know anything about it.
What?
Old tar/fiber seals.
Huh. Looked tasty like a mini earthworm. Nice.
Well, next time, find out if it's tasty.
Yeah, try it first.
A lot of meat on those bones.
Was like, that was an interesting statement. That's like when you see at Target, they have the like skeletons of invertebrates, and I'm going, that's interesting. Ow. It could have been many types of worm. Yeah, many types.
Okay, what else we got going on in here? What do you think about the old... Oh, I already got that one. I'm here now. Was lurking and working on my old broken couch. New one comes Wednesday, and a friend wants the old one. Old couches are weird.
I was going to say, I have...
Who knows what's been done on this?
I know.
Who knows what Kurt's been doing on that couch?
I know. I'm very weird about like a used couch unless I know that it wasn't really used, you know. That's hard to verify. So I think, yeah.
Roger that. U571 is good. So is Das Boot. Yep.
Have I ever bred snakes other than garters incubating eggs? No, but I've tried to incubate my like lizard eggs. And honestly, I gave up. And when I gave up, that's when they started hatching. So I'm a very lackluster.
They take forever.
Yeah, I'm a very lackluster like breeder of anything, fish or reptile. If they do it, I'm like, cool. If you don't, I don't care. I've literally always been like that. I'm not actively trying. I've had a lot of luck because they like where they live, I guess, and they feel good and good enough to spawn or to lay eggs or whatever. But I've never really put that much effort into trying to salvage the eggs.
Stephen says, I love integrating my body with strangers' dead skin cells.
Yummy.
Curtis says, that's what I was saying, but whatever. She's weird. I mean, I would take a used, like, couch or love seat or something to give to the dogs and make it a dog couch.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I can't have my face all up on something where someone's butthole could have been. Like, I'm sorry. I just can't take that risk.
Aquatic Moose is fishing for a membership. Says, please, no one gift me a membership tonight so I can edit this new snail video when the first stream ends.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it was a sad day when Whip got his membership.
That's so messed up.
Whip funded our channel for like a month and a half trying to get a membership.
Have a good night, Corridora. Yeah, I'm very like lackadaisical about that. I get excited when certain things spawn. I mean, I was very excited when our banded barbs spawned, and I didn't even know.
Alex says, got my LP pump from Gemco 10 years ago, but I'd recommend ACO, free shipping, and ease of ordering. Yeah, Gemco's really shooting themselves in the foot there.
They're like, they have the Pony Express still, I feel like, for Gemco.
Nancy B gifted one.
There you go. There's your chance. Let's see what happens.
But you didn't get it.
Oh, yeah. Wah, wah. Wah, wah.
I don't know why Aquatic Moose has it, because he was right there with Whip and never got one.
I know.
And Aquatic Moose, right now, is our most interactive subscriber.
Really?
Interacting.
What a winner.
Yeah, number 1 in the comments.
Wow. Good
First
for
place.
you. I'm impressed.
And still can't win a membership.
That's messed up. That is messed up. Yep, somebody who actually participates.
It's my fault for not watching the new fish swap video yet.
How dare
that
you?
video is doing so well. I was so surprised.
It was very like
We're like, I was just thinking, like, what can I make a video about? And after
Yeah.
like the third day, I'm like, screw it. Let's just make a video of going and giving him our fish and getting our fish from him.
And I think all of us were just very like, whatever. Like it was,
Yeah.
it was funny that it's doing that well. I'm glad people like it. I like casual stuff like that. I mean, I enjoy that personally, but I never know if anybody else does.
I think it's still getting views. I gotta look. I tried to keep up with all the comments, but there's a lot of comments, which is another reason why it's doing really well. Comments are a big deal.
Yeah, last I looked, there was quite a few.
Yeah, 5,500 views in the first day.
Wow.
That's pretty dang good.
It's not terrible.
My channel, we finished the year strong, and we've kind of fallen off because we've been so busy. So the channel is actually tanking right now. This is our first video of the month on the 19th.
Wow, yeah, we're slacking.
Yeah, so all that momentum I had, I've lost. But we can get it back. It comes and goes.
I blame myself. I have slowed down in so many ways. I'm like really no help in any department at all.
Yeah, it's still getting over 100 views an hour. That's really good.
Nice.
I also stopped uploading shorts, and now my videos are starting to get more views. So
You're not distracting people with the shorts.
I'm probably going to stop uploading shorts to YouTube.
Really?
I'll probably stop uploading them everywhere.
That's nice. Corinne?
What?
She said, I really like the new video. I like seeing what's going on in the fish room and other people's fish rooms. I'm nosy. No, that's not nosy. That's normal, I feel like.
One thing I've been thinking about, and I haven't even told you yet.
Oh, wow.
So Corey and I have been like helping keep each other motivated to make our fish rooms better. And I go over to his fish room. He comes over to my fish room.
They're accountability buddies.
And we just help out. Yes, we are accountability buddies. But what I was thinking is, why not use everyone as accountability buddies, and just start making weekly fish room videos, like, to keep me honest.
Yeah, this is
because
where we're
if
at.
you watch that video, if you look in the background, a piece of fuzz, or like even the fish room video from last month, there's like cobwebs, there's like rotting food on the shelves, and
I'm sorry, it's not fun. Just
all time gets put into tank maintenance and the health of the fish.
Mm-hmm.
The room itself is just destroyed.
Oh, it's destroyed.
Absolutely destroyed. And there's a reason I don't really show it on camera a lot, because it's kind of embarrassing, right? Like, this is what I do. I have over 100,000 followers, and my fish room looks awful, and it's embarrassing. So I was thinking, like, if I start just showing it, it'll force me to clean it, because I don't want to keep showing it, because it's embarrassing.
I used to be really
Although I don't mind the cobwebs. I like the spiders.
We don't take spiders out. We leave spiders alone. I don't have a problem with that either. I used to be a lot better about cleaning up in there, but I've been useless. So I think that has a lot to do with it too. The stuff that I actually, because I enjoy organization, I enjoy cleaning stuff and putting it where I think it should go and all that. And so I stopped doing that. I got really lazy, and that added to the problem. So
Corridor brings up a good point. It's probably not healthy, but I consume all content containing that ACO guy. Put him in the title, and I'll watch the video. It's exactly why I put Aquarium Co-op in the title.
Use Corey as clickbait.
I'm not.
Sorry, Corey.
I'm not unaware that I was somewhat clickbaiting that video with putting him in the thumbnail and in the title. Not only did I put Aquarium Co-op in the title, but I put Corey in the title.
But we lured you in with that. How do you like that?
Like, I realize there's that aspect, and that's going to pull in a bunch of other viewers. So not every fish room video is going to do this well. But
I think someone said they liked seeing Corey very like informal too.
Laid back,
yeah, just like chilling. And it is.
I didn't even tell him we were filming.
No, he didn't.
We just showed up.
We just walked in and hello.
And honestly, I wasn't even gonna even ask him to be in the video, because I didn't ask him before we got there.
Yeah.
And he just started talking, so I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, and I like what he was talking about. And he showed some of the cool stuff he's made and what we've been using and that we're really enjoying. And I think it was nice. I liked it personally. I thought it was decent.
Plus, I got to make it look better for Barbara. She kind of took some jabs at me in the comment section. I think what she says, seeing your fish room makes me feel better about my fish room.
It made me laugh. I like that.
I can't even get upset.
Burn, but true. Like, it's
Sick
really
burn, dog.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Do a rate a tank thing like KG? Well, no, because then everyone's just gonna say I'm copying him.
Do a what?
Rate a tank.
Oh yeah. See, okay, I don't have a problem with rating. I have a problem with rating things. I think it's okay to, you know, impart your opinion to a certain, but I also feel like that's a dangerous game to play sometimes.
So I used to do it way back in the day where I'd have like viewers send in their tanks and we'd do like a compilation video. I did it with YouTubers as well. There's 2 like YouTubers compilation tanks. Us as YouTubers, you have to have a thick skin, right? There's so many disgustingly negative comments you get. You really have to have thick skin. So when you're showing someone's tank who's not a YouTuber and they're not used to that,
it can really affect them.
They can get, people take it pretty harsh sometimes, and so that's why I stopped doing that.
I feel like you could ruin it for people.
I don't know that I would ever go back to doing that because it's just like I really have to stay on the comments and make sure that people aren't like. And what's rude to someone may not be rude to other people, and you know maybe it's an innocent thing and you didn't mean it the way it sounded.
But people don't know, especially when you have things in writing. It is very hard to interpret emotion and tone and all of those things.
No inflection.
And I feel like you could inflection. I feel like you could really set people off. Like we don't want to push people out of the hobby. If anything, you want to educate people and say, hey, that's great that you're willing to do that, but maybe you could try this and see how that. There's ways to be like very careful about how to approach a conversation, and when you're just rating someone's tank and basically quickly going through and saying like, well, that sucks, that's not very good, I wouldn't do that. I think that could ruin it for somebody. Really ruin it.
And I also don't want to turn into one of those YouTubers that are like, look how good my followers' tanks look, don't look at my tanks.
Yeah.
And like then you have to, you're like,
yeah,
I don't even want to go down
it
that
gets
chat,
yeah, I was gonna say it gets really like convoluted at that. It just, I feel like people who have questions, like if you had a tank that you're new to the hobby and you wanted some advice, it'd be fine to send a picture and go, hey, please tell me if there's something I should be doing differently, because that's a different story. You know what I mean? Like that you can approach completely differently. But like I said, when you're going quickly through, because I've watched so many of those videos where rate this, rate that, and I'm going, ooh, that's brutal. Like that person's not happy right now.
The other thing is like you get the tank that's like rainbow gravel, the scuba diver, and like the one of every fish, and that to that person, that tank is the bee's knees.
They love it. Yeah.
But you know they're just gonna get slammed in the comment section.
And it's not even fun at that point. It's like, see, you're not fixing anything for anybody at that point. No one's winning there. I don't like that kind of stuff. I think there's ways to go about that are different, that can help and not hurt.
Maybe as a members only, I feel the members wouldn't be mean. That is true.
Yeah, I think that's true too.
We do a lot of things in the member streams.
That is a members thing. If you're going to do it, make sure that it's in a controlled environment. Not where you're going to be lied to, but where your people are going to be constructive and not just dicks, you know?
Leslie says, I think I'm tough, but I keep spending money and trying live plants, and I don't know why I'm killing plants and shrimp left and right. I give up. I'm going to stay fish focused.
Is your pH like crashing? Are you like losing?
I would also ask if you have a local club, and maybe you can get the best thing. If you're struggling with fish and shrimp, the best thing you can do is get them locally with people that share your water.
Yeah, that's true. They're already used to it. I would be honored if you guys talked smack on my aquariums and terrariums. See, I don't ever want to do that anyways. Like and people it's very hard when what I like aesthetically may look completely different than what you like, but it still functions properly and the fish are healthy and happy. So it's like, how are we going to rate when it comes down to opinion? You know what I mean? That's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah. Steven brings a good point too. If you get your views from reacting to egregiously bad fish abuse tanks, the negativity rubs off on others. It does lead to negativity.
Yeah, it's not a good thing at that point. Yes, you need a controlled environment. What's the Cartman? What's my safe space?
The ACO guy did a subscriber tank video once, like 10 years ago, and I'm sure that's the reason he never did it again. Oh yeah, I think I have 2 on my channel, at least 1, but maybe 2, and I was just like, it's too much work. It is fun to see other people's tanks, though.
Yeah, I feel like doing that.
I feel like Discord would be the place for that. I don't know. Maybe all you Discord nerds can chime in. But I feel like Discord would be a good place to share tanks. Coming from someone that doesn't use Discord.
If you're proud of your tank and you want to show it too, that's another. I mean, and that again, it comes down to personal preference because a lot of what someone likes might be completely opposite of someone else.
Notice I only send you pictures of my best tanks. Pay no attention. Yeah, and that's how I've been with my videos. I'm like, okay, I got to stand over here so the planet tank behind me looks good. I can't stand in front of this one because the whole front glass is algae. Like the video we had on Monday, right? I was like, don't ask about that tank over there. It's disgusting looking.
It is. It happens.
But there's things breeding in it, so like
that's true too.
I seem to remember John did members tanks before. I think he's doing it now. Not members, but I think he's just doing tank reactions, right?
And you can ask people to be kind in those situations, but you don't know what's going to happen and who's going to say what.
I don't know, Bob. Maybe start using Discord and Seafers. There's so many things I dislike about Discord. So many.
Just another.
Every time I have Discord open, all it does is make noise. And I can't figure out how to shut it up. It's like just notifications going off left and right. Because there's 84 channels and everyone's talking, everyone's sending messages.
Oh, there's just a lot of happenings.
And it's just like bing, 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 bing. And I'm sure there's a way to turn it off, but it's easier just to exit the program.
Just don't deal with it.
Because their options menu is horrendous.
My fish room is for me. I don't care about what others think. It's my dysfunctional happy place. That's if you can have that attitude and you actually, I don't want to say you actually feel that way because I'm sure you do, but it can be different when you're not used to having some stranger attack what you're doing. Like that's, I mean, yeah.
We don't even ask about it.
Yeah, we don't. We don't ask what goes on in there.
Bob has the best Discord name. You'd have to be around in the 80s to get my Discord name. I think that might have been a 90s commercial, but I think it was.
I can't remember what it is.
Bob, we had a baby, it's a girl. Although the commercial is, it's a long distance commercial, right? And they're like, will you take a collect call from Bob, add a baby, it's a boy?
Yep.
And then they hang up.
Yep. I remember that very well. That was the 90s for sure.
So my name used to be Bob, we had a baby, it's a boy, but then we're having a girl, so I had to change it to girl.
That's funny.
You can turn off.
I know. I've showed him. He doesn't
you
like.
You showed me anything on Discord.
Oh no, on the iPhone you can turn off the notifications from Discord.
Is on my. I don't have Discord on my phone. I would never. Of course
he doesn't.
I would never have Discord on my phone.
Forgive
Only on my.
Me.
I do all my social media on my desktop.
That's true.
Not on my phone.
Which is so weird to me. Everybody else is the opposite.
I hate doing anything on the phone. It's so.
He just hates the
unproductive.
Phone.
It takes way longer to do anything on a phone than
I
it does on my computer.
I disagree, but I've been doing it on my phone forever, so.
Bob's forum name is just Bob. That's true, too. As a matter of fact, there's a local forum called WashingtonFishbox.com that is also owned by that ACO guy, and that thing's been around forever. And when I created my account, I messaged him, and I was like, can you, delete whoever stole the name Bob so I can have the name Bob? So now my name is Bob on that forum too.
So Whip, if I had to
booted someone.
If I had to suggest a fish to breed that is easier to reproduce and would sell well, I always recommend electric blue acara if you have the space because those are a sure bet everywhere and nice hobbyist bred electric blues are always my favorite. I think that you could probably do rice fish or something like that because I think those are really easy for a lot of people to keep and becoming a big interest to many people.
So that's the Ohio Cichlid Association. So I don't know if he's specifically looking for cichlids.
Oh yeah, I don't know if they only sell cichlids there. I don't know.
One.
I was gonna say I don't know if things like I really this may be stupid of me, but I don't go to events like that, so I don't know if they only sell that kind of stuff.
There's never been an OCA anywhere that was a direct flight from Seattle, so I've never been because I refuse to do layovers. I guess I'm bougie like that. I'm not.
The ACA was going to come to Sacramento, and then it was COVID, and we missed our year. And then it's like, no, you're done. We're never coming back. So that was cool.
Anyways, I would say any of the blue eye cichlids.
Yeah, definitely like the T-bars. But see, I feel like more people need to get on that T-bar train. They don't be knowing. They're so good. They're easy. Electric blue acara for me were the most prolific fish I've ever kept. I couldn't stop them from breeding. I couldn't get rid of them because I didn't want to because I loved them so much. I had an army of them.
It says they do live bears there too.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Bob and my husband are the last two to do everything on their PC.
It's a dying way of
Sith
things.
Lord, a Star Wars fan, welcome back to the Dream
Hey.
Team, buddy. Thank you.
May the Force be with you.
This is supposed to be the time of the year where I ask for that stuff, but I
Oh.
still can't bring myself to do it.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm the worst self-promoter. I watch all these other YouTube channels where they're
really-
constantly like, become a member, super chat, subscribe. I'm just like, I hate all of that.
I know. I'd hate it too. I'm no help.
But they do
because
get
I
a
hate
lot
it. I
more
know.
memberships and super chat. Like, it works. I know it works.
Apparently, asking you
But I
shall
still
receive,
can't.
but yeah, it's very awkward. Very awkward. Yeah, Okay, so EBA. How cold are we talking outside? Like, what's the lowest it could go? They could do well outside in the low 70s, but if it's going much lower than that, then no. They do need. I've kept mine between like 73 and 78 in that realm. Positive feedback only.
Cheryl says, I have an army of EBA. I can't sell them fast enough. Parents are always
Yeah,
spawning.
mine never quit. Like I had multiple females and one male who fathered all of the bait. Like he was oh my god, I love that fish. But he was a father to many babies, and they did not ever stop.
Nancy using her membership milestone, 28 months. All the cool kids are doing it.
I actively discourage memberships to my channel, and that also works.
I bet. It's like when I said I was getting rid of all my merch, which I still haven't.
People started buying sweatshirts.
And people started buying it.
Yep. Tell
So if
people
I
not
say
to do
I'm
things.
disabling memberships, will people start buying memberships?
Nobody gets to be a member anymore. You guys are all fired. Fired.
Aquatic Moose says, I did have a nice black and white gravel aquascape for a few years, and no shame in the game.
Whatever floats your boat there, friend.
My spawning mops show up tomorrow, so
Nice.
maybe... Why don't you just make them?
I was going to say, you can make those, pretty
Way
easy.
cheaper. But I get it. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just easier to buy stuff.
I was going to say, I was preaching earlier that if you can just spend the money on something to make your life easier.
Steven, your reverse psychology strategy really worked.
There you go. It only kind of works until Jody and Corey come along, really. Sprinkling memberships all about.
Steven, you try so hard to be unlikable, and it just won't ever work. You
trying.
big teddy bear.
Keep trying.
He just has that indistinguishable quality that makes him a star.
Yeah. Yep. Intangible.
There it is.
We buttered him up, and look what he's done.
Right on cue.
Thanks, Steven.
I wouldn't want to be Gray the horror.
I'm always going to thank Jenna by proxy, too, because when you're married, you know how that goes. So people thank me all the time for stuff that he like. So I figure I'm like, let's not leave Jenna out.
Oh my gosh, it worked.
Jeez Louise. Jody. Jody, you didn't have to do it. Jody, you've done enough. Like, you've done enough.
You know what I'm excited for? Jody coming and painting a mural
Oh my God.
whenever we move.
I would love a Jody mural.
I don't know if that's a real thing or if she's just kidding around. but
Well, you better get ready. If you've never done a mural, you're going to now.
Steven and
So,
Jody, thank you guys so much. We
thank you.
appreciate it.
That was very nice. Welcome, people.
And go subscribe to both of them. Jody.
Jode.
I almost corrected myself to Judy, even though I said it right the first time.
Yeah, Jody has a channel. Steven has a channel.
Jody is uploading. Steven obviously has a channel.
Yes.
Check him out. Sith Lord, gifted 5.
Oh, thank
memberships.
you. Thanks, guys.
Very kind. Has
That
Aquatic
is very
Moose got
nice.
one yet?
Jesus Christ, Woody. Probably not.
Let's see. Mario, 18, Jesse, Adam, Dee Dee, Cecil, Dale, Atkins, Nature Aquariums. I don't think you're here, but what's up, buddy? Joe Campbell, Mountain Greenery.
I've seen Mountain Greenery
Yep.
say
Wayne,
stuff.
Fish Hunter, Temperate. Nope. Howerly.
Nope.
Still nothing for Aquatic Moose.
No love. No love.
It's even. Oh, he is here. Atkins is here. What's up, dude?
She has to sign the mural as Judy. We're just going to have her write Judy very large. That's what we're gonna have.
Joudi. Joudi.
That's like how people misspell my name, and it makes me irate.
It's actually starting to be sad at this point. You're the new whip. Someone's got to be the whip.
I was gonna say you've assumed that role. I'm sorry. Sometimes it'd be like that. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like
I still haven't got my dedicated YouTube rep that you're supposed to get when you hit 100,000.
I was gonna ask about that. Do they still do that?
I still haven't got my check mark, verification check mark. You're supposed to get it at 100K.
That's rude. Rude. I wonder if you have to like submit something. Yeah, in giant graffiti font. Totally. Tag it.
I saw giant giraffe font. That's how I read it.
Well, that's not surprising.
But I didn't want to ask what it was because I didn't want to sound stupid. But now I sound stupid
What's
anyways.
giraffe font? I've never heard of that. Pretty sure the EBAs are a lime bred morph of Trinidad blue. They are, yes. Well, they are definitely... They're definitely lime bred for sure. They started out as other things, but I'm not sure if that's exactly. I mean, you very well could be correct there.
Why can't you do an ugliest tank award? Because I'd already win. As long as the fish are safe and happy, I think it would be fun. One of these days, if I ever go to another show like the Aquatic Experience or Aquashella, I'm going to enter the Scape Off and do like rainbow gravel. I'm going to go to Petco and buy all the cheesiest crap. And there's going to be all these beautiful planet tanks from all these world-renowned aquascapers, and I'm going to be in there with my Skittles gravel.
Freaking pirate ship.
My pirate ship. I got to have the pirate ship.
I know. I figured.
I got to have the chest where the bubbles open.
Oh, God.
I'm not doing the scuba diver, though. I never liked the scuba diver.
Ugh, I hate it all. I'm sorry. If anybody, I just can't do it. Even as a kid, I was like, ew.
Jenny says, is it true that planet tanks have a smell to them? No. I saw one YouTuber slam on planet tanks saying that they have a terrible scent. And the people who keep them in mass usually house them in open air garages. No, that's the most ridiculous thing.
Certain algae has a smell to it. Like there's cyanobacteria stinks.
There's also like when your plants die and they're breaking down, that smells.
Organic matter stinks, but that would be true of if you had anything dying and rotting in your house, you know?
Yeah, you ever smelled the pothos dying and rotting
God.
away?
It's cool. Yeah, it's...
No.
It's not the plants.
Planet tanks should smell very fresh
or
something is wrong.
Or like nothing, like water, you know, because they're cleaning the water.
I am almost offended by that comment. Whoever said planet tanks smell.
I know. Who said that?
Just is probably someone that can't grow plants.
I was going to say, don't hate. That's
if I could get offended, I would be offended right now.
I'm going to call the jelly school. Like, make someone's a little jelly. In a few centuries, all the microplastics will make those aquascapes look realistic. Well, yeah, some ratchet planet tanks if they stink. They must be for sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If if you have like Anubias rot is one of the most foul smells in the world.
For God's sake, it is like
but it's
death.
Again, a healthy planet tank does not smell.
No, yeah, that's a good delineation. A healthy planted tank should not smell. If your tank is planted and stinks, you have a problem that needs to be addressed. So,
my kid wanted glowfish for Christmas, so I have escaped tank with Anubias, stems, boost, and vomit gravel. That's nice.
Bless your heart, though, for doing that for your kid.
We can knock those fish all we want, but I mean, it really does bring a lot of people.
It makes your child excited for that. You know what I mean? If that's what gets them excited, like, and they're into it, great, fantastic, good for you for doing that too. Because I don't know if I'd be that kind.
When do you guys have an adult stream? We don't do adult streams.
Oh, sounds...
We're not in that industry.
I was about to say, that sounds very...
We're both retired from that industry.
I just had a really funny thought. Okay. Anyways.
Lumi says, I would like a custom airstone. It would be horribly inappropriate, though.
Oh,
well, you can tell us in the member stream.
Yeah, I can imagine. I have a bubble deep sea diver and a bubble treasure chest from the 90s. I used them on the Easy Bowl contest a few years ago and got third, I think. Nice, Barbara. But it's because they are vintage. That's why. You have vintage items. Everybody goes crazy for vintage.
I was a guest member for a month. Hey, better than never being a member, I guess.
Yes. You were graced with a month with our presence for an extra hour.
What does branded mean?
What?
Aquatic Moose says is when you join a frat and they use hot metal
What?
on your bum.
Branded. Sorry if this has already been asked, but anyone else hearing notification chimes every few seconds, or has one of my household video games hijacked my headphones? I haven't heard anything.
We got it once, and I
One
thought
time.
I muted it, but I apparently did not, and I have now muted it again
It's
in a
his
different
fault.
area.
Sorry.
I muted it locally. I did not mute it unlocally.
That was eloquently
The
put.
LAN is muted, but the WAN was not. There you go.
Okay.
What?
No, it's
True.
Yeah, I know. Regina hears it and enjoys it, so she said nothing.
Yeah, for some reason, it does play
Weird.
like a chime when people super chat or subscribe. And like,
okay.
I always mute it. I don't know how it got unmuted.
It was an over year-long repeated request. He kept asking. I caved eventually because who doesn't like a challenge? Yeah. My first gravel... Well, I'm hitting things. My first gravel that I ever got was turquoise. I remember it well. And I loved it. I was all about it. That was as gimmicky as I got, though. I didn't really have a lot of, other stuff that was like fake. I think I had fake plants at that point, but...
I really want a Grogu and a Groot like Oliver Knott has in his tanks. The Groot you can just get on Amazon. They were like $13 a couple years ago, so they're probably like 50 now. But
probably that's accurate. Oh, Corinne,
that is very nice.
thanks, my friend and fellow Corinne. Even though mine's my middle name, not my first name.
We've lost a few hundred members. Obviously, when people are gifting that many,
Yeah,
our memberships
Yeah.
have been tanking, which.
not surprising.
Again, is not beneficial to YouTube. So
No, they
when
don't
that
like that
happens,
either.
They don't.
They're like, you guys don't want to
promote
make
us as
videos,
much,
and
so-
these members hate you.
Yeah.
You guys
So
suck.
we appreciate the gifted subs.
Thank you.
It gets us in good favor of the YouTube gods.
Whatever they like, because I don't even think they know half the time.
My first gravel was the black stuff with neon colored gravel scattered through it.
Oh
It actually
God,
wasn't the
yeah,
worst.
yeah, I remember that stuff
Mhm.
well. Yep. No, mine was just plain old turquoise.
I've never had colored substrate ever, even as a kid.
Really?
So I started with reptiles before fish, and my whole thing with reptiles is I wanted natural looking tanks. And so when I transitioned into aquariums, I wanted the same thing. I just wanted natural.
For my reptiles, I had very natural setups. My first lizard was just a western fence lizard, a blue belly lizard, and my dad made this like wire enclosure, which he loved because with those types of lizards, they love to climb and like stay up on top. So it was like a half moon, and it was filled with all natural everything from outside because he actually was wild caught. My neighbor's brother caught him. And he loved it in there. He had a real nice life in there, and I loved that lizard dearly. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of fake crap in my tanks as a kid. I don't buy hardscape. Part of the hobby for me is walking beaches and streams. It's nice if you can do that, Jeff. Honestly, that's a good thing. In California, the areas I had access to are heavily watched. Like, you will have a ranger come after you if you don't. You're also allowed to take a certain amount from certain places. You just have to be aware of your limits.
Oh, interesting. So, Ross, where you at? Where'd you go? Ross. Look for Ross.
He said Nancy last.
Oh, Steenfott Aquatics, am I in the top 5 for commenters? I don't believe so, but it doesn't rate it by just comments. I just saw this, actually. It rates it by comments and if I heart your comment.
Oh.
So people who leave the most comments and get the most hearts from me are ranked on the top.
You have to just appeal to him, apparently. That's the way it
it's
goes.
Aquatic Moose, Ginger Graves, and Jody, formerly known as Judy P.
The artist formerly known as Judy.
Are shown as the top 3 right now. I will say you're the number 1 engager on Instagram after you spammed me today.
Woo! There you go. Good job.
I think he liked every post from like the last 3 years.
I love that. That's the best. Catching up, making up for lost time. It's all right.
Yeah, see,
Candy,
look.
where are you going?
That's all Ross.
Yeah, buddy.
All that blue.
Ride or die right there.
Purple, blue, whatever.
Whatever. Bye, Candy.
What? She can't leave.
What? Well, she did.
What?
She does what she wants.
She'll be back.
Okay. I'll just text her all night long. It's only 5.
I'm lucky enough to live in the Great Lakes, wooden rocks galore, and just there for the taking. Same here.
Well, I had a ton of beautiful stuff everywhere. I just couldn't touch it, or they were going to drop down and arrest me, because that's California. So.
I think the YouTube app hates me because it likes to delete my comments. For some reason, Corinne, your comments and Alex's comments, and there's one other member whose comments are getting
hidden.
censored.
Mine were too.
And it's not even your fault.
It's weird.
I never check the censored comments because normally it's just negative stuff. But every once in a while, I do go in there, and I just approved a bunch of comments yesterday. Like Two Turtle Tom is censored for some reason, and he's never made a negative comment.
That's weird.
So yeah, if you make a comment and it doesn't show up, it's not me deleting it or anything. It's YouTube censoring it for some reason. And if you are someone who makes, I found this out when I was doing my 5,000 subscriber giveaway, and to win, you just had to leave a comment, but you can leave unlimited comments.
Oh.
And so people, I think I had almost 3,000 comments on my live stream,
Jesus.
but a lot of them were just like 10 people who left hundreds and hundreds, like literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were just commenting numbers. And I told them, dude, I was curious.
Yeah, no, I know. I
was
still.
like, oh, I'm going to get so much engagement from this. And I did, but a lot of people got flagged as spammers and scammers. And so I kind of felt bad because a lot of people.
Now you are in the hole, buddy.
You couldn't comment anywhere.
Yeah. There's something happened to me, and my comments were getting wiped too, but they're back now. So I don't know. I don't know how it all goes down. I'm off timeout, I guess.
I'm going to try even harder for the membership this week. Oh, this next week, everyone. Next week, your gifts will not be wasted on the other probably deserving people.
Coming for all you fools.
Well, in December, I was giving it to people that haven't been to my channel in years.
Yeah, that was weird. It was really like doling them out in an odd way. But I don't know. Who knows what YouTube does and why it does it.
So if you're someone that comments a lot on a lot of different channels, you might be flagged as spam.
Yeah, that might be. Or if you do multiple comments in one, like if you don't get it all out in one comment, I feel like if you do lots of them, because I think that might have been my problem.
It always annoys me when I go in and check the spam and see that members are getting censored. It's like that should be an automatic, just let it go through. They shouldn't even, like, they're members.
Oh yeah, it didn't like the word killed.
It is like a shadow ban.
Yeah, exactly. Just was banned from a Facebook group for trying to rehome fish. I roll. Guess I need to make a website or get gills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you'll probably.
Facebook, and unfortunately, it's not even like the group admin's fault, because Facebook really goes after animal sales. Like you can't even like rehome.
Oh God, whip. Yeah, don't remind me. I forgot. Yeah, it's true.
I think we're under 3 weeks.
Less than 3 weeks. Saturday it was 3 weeks, so now we're 2 weeks and some change, which is it's escalating quickly. I went to Target today and bought a gangload of crap that you gotta have. It's so not fun stuff to buy, but I figured
diapers.
Yeah, we didn't have a single diaper. I was like, maybe I should go buy some diapers, perhaps, for this child. I have heard, and I know it's different at different hospitals, but like I know in Sacramento, and I feel like it's probably similar here. They give you a lot of stuff in the hospital, and I figure why not get your free swag, and then worry about it after that.
Stuff we all get.
I've said this multiple times though. Now my dad is like moonlighting as a like pregnancy guru, because he was like, now remember not to buy a lot of the same kind of diapers. You want to buy a few of one kind and see what works for him. Like, thanks, Dad. I've read this about 400 times already on different forums.
We are not stocked up on diapers. I wish we could do an Amazon wish list for Costco, so we could load up on Costco diapers.
We're gonna do.
Are we getting them there?
Yeah, I'm gonna get Costco ones. I got 3 different kinds of smaller packs. I already bought 3 kinds today, just because that is true. I have heard from your babies are all shaped differently. Every baby's different, and some diapers work better for certain babies. So we try what works. And
she's in that camp. I'm on the camp of it'll get what it gets, and it'll like it. And I don't know why I'm referring to her as an it, but
and I can tell him I know right now that's yeah, right. I don't think you're gonna be like that.
It's a baby. How hard can it be?
Oh God.
They eat, sleep, and poop.
Oh
I
my
raised
God.
so many animals that just eat, sleep, and poop.
Yeah, me too.
Easy peasy.
This one should be the easiest of them all.
And plus, you can put them to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's got mowing the lawn when she's 5.
Well, I helped I mean, I would ride on the ride-on mower. Like, I didn't really help, but, you know. Goldfish people go ballistic on what subject? Ew, sticky. Wait.
Tank size.
Free sticky socks. Oh, yes, I love the sticky socks. That's the one part I like about hospitals. I had poop disasters where the diaper somehow was completely clean. So with my friend's kid that I had with me a lot, like when she was growing up, she had some blowouts that I was like, how have you done this with your butt? Like, how did you manage to get it here without it getting here first? Like, the path does not make sense. That's kid.
Oh, Zen, did you share our baby registry? I think there's only one thing left.
No,
And
it's not one. There's not one thing.
Oh, I thought we were just down to the stroller. It's
No,
like $1 million.
there's. No, it's not It's not $1 million.
The stroller is stupid expensive.
I think someone's buying that, but which I said to everybody, they don't have to. I put it on there for a specific.
Oh no,
reason.
you have to. If everyone is watching right now, you have to go and buy one stroller. We'll end up with 100 and how many people are here? I don't even know. 113 strollers.
It's a good stroller though, and it goes with the car seat that we bought. It's a system. It like fits together, so it's got a it's one of those deals. So you can just take your kid out of the car, pop them in the thing, and go. And I like that. That's what I like. We're not waking anybody up if they're asleep. We got so many diapers. See, I didn't have a baby shower, so I figure if I did have a baby shower, I probably would have gotten diapers, but we did not have one, or I did not have one. Whatever. I know that a lot of times they're.
We're gonna do something. I don't care that it's late. We'll do something when we move.
I was gonna say most of the people I know are 2 states away, so I only know a few people here. Plus, I don't like it. I mean, I don't love attention being on me like that, but whatever.
I feel like Bob would just let the kid be a naked nature child if mom would let him. I'm gonna let her do a lot of things on her own. Figure things out for herself.
I mean, that's a good approach if your kid isn't stupid.
I'll take her outside when I take the dogs out, and she'll learn to poop and pee outside.
Oh my God.
Just like me and the dogs.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Regina, I actually know the brand Wella. I worked in hair salons. If that's the same brand that we're talking about, I worked in salons and we used Wella branded color.
You don't have puke blankets on the registry? I think we already got a bunch of those.
So I'm probably just gonna. Things. We have Muslim blankets, a couple, and I don't need 8,000 of everything. Like, I'm fine with having an appropriate amount. So I might buy a couple more Muslim blankets, but other than that, like, I'm not worried about it.
Why wouldn't you have a baby shower? Free.
Because everyone that I know is in California. Mm-hmm. I know like a few people
like
here.
3 friends. So
yeah. So and they're boys. Like, I mean, well, not all of them, but like for the most part, I'd have like Candy and Katie at my baby shower and like some family, but that's it.
Who are my local female friends?
Oh, Danny. I was gonna say Danny and Candy. Yeah.
I think that's it.
Well, and yeah, they would obviously be invited to, but there'd be like no one there is the point, and I feel bad because it's like then I have to ask someone would have to do it, and that's a lot to ask from people, but it's not a big deal. I didn't have a bridal shower either. I don't march to the beat of the drum that a lot of people do.
Comment. Up a Baby will last you multiple kids if you're interested in that sort of
thing.
Up
a Baby is the stroller
is that what we're getting?
The Up a Baby, yeah. I have so the car seat we have, it's a Nuna, and Nuna's great. So the Nuna can go with the Up a Baby. They have a something that attaches.
Nordstrom's shopping. I got her a Nordstrom's gift card for Christmas. And
I still have it. Isn't that weird?
About to take it back.
I am shocked that I haven't used it yet. It's because I keep vacillating between multiple things. I don't know what to buy.
Good word.
It's one of my favorites. But yeah, we have the stroller is the Up a Baby Cruise. That's the one that I want to go with the Nuna. And the Nuna is like their newest one, and it's nice and safe because I've had weird car stuff happen to me, so I'm very aware of that.
All I can think about is when Dwight tested out
Yeah.
stroller.
Yeah.
Ties it to his bumper.
Yeah. I think that our car seat would live up to that. Are there anywhere, wait, what is this? Garage Gills?
Connor says, how are your dirty tanks spawning Corys?
Oh.
Still after it? Yes. We haven't had any storms, so I'm not getting like 200 eggs a night like I do when it's raining.
It's been very sunny here.
But I still get about 2 to 3 dozen a day.
Wait, I'm sorry, Garage Gills. I don't know who are they anywhere near Sacramento? I don't know what you.
We are not. If you're asking,
Yeah, we're not.
We will be.
Yeah, just not right now. I was for 36 years.
Bob, get in. We're going shopping.
Oh, Alita. I know Alita.
Chelsea had her chance.
I'm sorry. I just, people have still gotten us things. It's been very nice. Like I don't ask for stuff, and I know he doesn't ask for, like, we're not people that are like I didn't have anything. I didn't ask for anything for our wedding. Granted, we didn't have like a big wedding, but still, I just don't. I feel very awkward asking for things. I don't know.
I can vouch for the nose Frida. What's that?
Remember I told you the thing you suck snot out of their nose?
We got one of those, right?
No, I'm just buying one because it's like $12, so I don't care. I can see stuff like that. I'm like, I feel bad even asking people for it because I'm like, that's annoying. Like, it's $12. I'll just go buy it. Like, that's like my friend bought like the little Muslim bibs, and it's like they're still inexpensive, and I really appreciated it. And it was probably more fun to buy than a snot sucker. So I'll just buy that myself.
Nose Frida is weird, but a lifesaver indeed.
Everyone says it's like you have to have it. Like, you cannot live without it because when a kid is congested, a baby does not know how to get rid of that congestion. So you have to do it for them.
Candy and Katie isn't a bad group to have, at least. And more. We were going to do something, but then Katie got sick. And
yeah.
Yeah.
She's doing much better now. But still, it was, yeah. And that I would never ask, like, I don't expect people to go do all that. Like, I'm not to say that it should be my family that has to do it, but the people that I've known my whole life are in Sacramento, and my best friend's there, and just that kind of stuff.
My coworker had her first baby last year. I keep asking her if she's housebroken. Well, she better come out of the womb housebroken, or she's grounded.
Yeah. So those diapers I just bought are pointless.
Grounded
she
for
doesn't
life.
even need them. I'm just curious how big she's going to be. I think that's, even though it doesn't really matter, but I'm still very curious. Because he was a big baby. I was a big baby.
Still am a big baby.
You're a big baby. I was a big baby. Oh, shut up. But I wasn't that big. I was long, which isn't shocking. I'm pretty tall.
Because I'm long and strong.
Long.
I get the friction on.
That's funny. What's cool is my best friend from high school who, like, I lived with her in high school and her family. She just had a baby too, and she had a boy, and we were planning their arranged marriage.
I'll take things no one says. Let's move to California on purpose. Well, with everyone leaving California, it might be actually kind of nice there.
The prices and at least where I'm from in Sacramento and like surrounding areas, the prices have dropped, and you can get property for like nothing. And that is ideally what we would like, is to have at least a couple acres.
I saw a house in Placerville.
Love that he calls it that.
It was a 3x2, like 1,300 square feet on 10 acres. It was like $450.
That's
like $1 million.
It would be like $1 million here, yeah. And the house would be crap because it would have been built 5 years ago, and they use shit material now. Excuse me, I had to say.
I do have a Sharpie Tampa Tom. I know exactly where I'm going to mark her, make sure she doesn't get switched.
That's right. Well, you have to. I'm pretty sure I can't do much. I have to wait after they have to finish surgerying me. She's got to go do her thing. I've been watching lots of videos trying to mentally prepare for this.
I know, but I feel like every mom and these days and dads these days should have their girls and boys, if you like, celebrate them before they pop. But maybe I'm old school. I mean, obviously that's the way to do it. It's just not.
It wasn't good. Yeah, it would have been nice to have like because then my family knows I am not one for the bells and whistles and ricketa racketa. Like, I don't want games. I'm very like no to all of that stuff. I didn't even take my own maternity photos. Like, I don't even want I'm just not like a lot of people in that way. So it's not the end of the world for me, because I do know a lot of people that it's a big deal for them. So
my family moved to California in 1876. You guys are such biters.
We're biting the style.
My family moved to California too. We have Steenfotts in California. There's now some Steenfotts in Texas. We're all related. If you ever see a Steenfott, it's not like Smith or Anderson. We are 100% related.
Yeah, I lived in California my whole life, but I don't know how long my family's been there. I think for a long time. My mom's side, my dad's side came from the East Coast. They're from Jersey and New York. My oldest son was 10. My youngest son was 9. My youngest daughter was 9. My oldest daughter was the lightweight coming in at 8. God, Jesus. Those are all big. That's big.
I think I was close to 11.
Yeah, you were 10 something. I was 8 pounds even. So that's not like, but I broke my mom's tailbone because she's not a big gal.
Mom, if you're watching, text me how big I was.
10 pounds something ounces. I remember she said 10 something.
Oh.
You're big. That's freaking big. Like,
I was going a different route with that, but.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, those are big babies. I think I was like 8 pounds, 21 inches long or something like that.
Steenfotts in Texas? I bet those are some ingesting folks.
Autocorrect.
Oh, interesting.
I know. I was going to say that's an autocorrect for sure.
Yep.
Not sure if I missed it. What do you guys do for work?
This.
I was about to say, I used to be a project manager in construction for many years. That's what I did for a long time until I do this.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
This is my full-time job.
I jumped on that bandwagon. It's a lot different here, the project management industry than it is in California. I was 8 pounds, 3 ounces. My youngest was 8'10". Anything over 8 is pretty big. Like, that's a pretty good sized baby. My sister was premature and she was still 7 pounds, and they said if she would have cooked all the way, she would have been like almost 10 pounds. I was born in California. I'm glad to be away. Moved to Virginia. The thing about California, and even for me growing up in like the 90s, you know,
Whip has that Anunnaki blood.
It's beautiful in California. There's a lot of really pretty places, and I really loved Sacramento. Is the access. I had a wonderful childhood in California, enjoying the things that California had to offer, but it has gotten to the point where it's unlivable in many areas. I will agree with that. It's just my great grandma on my mom's side. Everybody else showed up in the 1910s, late to the party.
My family came in the 1800s first. Well, I should say a certain half of my family came in the 1800s, and they started a mill in California, like a wood mill. And I have a book somewhere that was published in like either the late 1800s or 1900s that actually shows a picture of my family standing in front of the mill.
Must have been in Northern California because there were a lot of mills up.
But it's so cool that just a random picture.
Yeah, that is cool. That's very cool. Came out of a woman that's 5'2", 105. Poor lady. Bless her heart. My daughter was 9 pounds, 12 ounces. That's big. I actually went to school. One of my friends from high school, her daughter was, she's 6 foot. Her husband's like 6'4". Her daughter was 14 pounds. 14. And her epidural failed.
Mike, I'm right there with you. It says, I don't remember any of the kids' specs other than the times. I probably won't remember either. I don't know if that sounds horrible, but I probably won't remember.
I mean, maybe you will, maybe you won't.
It's not, maybe I shouldn't say this, but it's just not a detail that I'm concerned about.
It's not really that important in the scheme of things, to be honest. I'm wired so differently at a lot of things like that. I'm like, yeah, I'll probably remember because I remember like everything, but I don't think it's that important either. I have to be medicated.
My 2 daughters that were just 7.5 pounds and had small heads.
Oh, bless their heart.
She's going to have a big forehead, so I'll...
Oh my God. Why do you say that? I don't.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. I don't know why he says this all the time.
You're silly.
Okay. Don't blame Samsung. How did Samsung get brought into it?
What?
Leo said, don't blame Samsung, but I don't know where. I don't know when Samsung was involved in the conversation. Oh, yeah, hemorrhaged. Ugh, that's not good. I'm having a C-section, so it doesn't matter how big she is, really. I mean, I know they can still get kind of jammed in there if they're big, but I'm just curious.
Fish Tank Barn says, I do remember my daughter Chelsea was above the curve for height and has remained that way for 17 years.
That's me. I've always been
Can
tall.
we bet if Bob faints in the delivery room? I'm not going to.
I don't think he's gonna faint. He's gonna be up. No, he's not gonna be like on the other side where you see stuff.
I've seen some pretty gnarly things in
yes,
my life.
he has,
So.
and I don't think he'll faint. I'm not really worried about that with him. Why don't you two just married? What? What? Oh, our first anniversary is coming up. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting. Whole year.
Yeah, she forgot our anniversary.
I didn't forget it. It hasn't happened yet.
You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I did. I remember.
It is coming up.
That's remembering it. Whatever. I remembered. It's because she comes 6 days later, so.
Bob has delivered so many fish. I'm sure a human baby will be easy for him.
Yeah, you gonna do the surgery? Perform the surgery? Oh, I said I'd never have surgery again, and here I am. Good grief.
Alex says, I still want to move back to California, to
Oh,
Humboldt County,
Nice.
in
Yep.
NorCal, in the Redwoods.
Beautiful
There are
up there.
complications. Texas doesn't have reliable water supply or electrical grids.
Yeah.
And it's well, either does California.
Especially if you're used to the place where you were, Alec. Like, I know the weather is so much different, and Humboldt is beautiful. The Redwoods are beautiful. It's pretty up. Northern California is one of the prettiest places on earth, as far as I'm
Zenny is a
concerned.
swiper.
What?
I use the swipe feature on the Samsung
Oh.
keyboard, and many words have the same general swipe.
I've
pattern.
never understood that. That's like
I don't get it.
I don't get it
I don't
at
like
all. That's what
I
made
get
me.
it. I just don't like it.
No, I don't even get it. Ugh.
But the touchscreen on this Apple is awful. So maybe swipe.
This
would be
phone
worse.
is, I've said this before, but this is the worst iPhone I've ever had. It's a lemon for sure. It does not work correctly. I've hated it since the day I got it. It's just annoying.
My buddy's daughter just had a 14+
Yeah.
pounder.
Yep. That's a lot. That's like my friend Bailey, and she was natural because her epidural failed. Yeah, Humboldt is so pretty.
My GBRs are spawning right now in the tank next to my desk. An eco-complete substrate next to a flat rock.
Of course they are. Typical.
Hey, at least they're spawning.
Yeah, it's nice. And they're alive. That must mean they're living. The only parent who has ever fainted while I was taking care of their kid was a brawny Navy SEAL dad. Of course, it was a circumcision that he insisted on watching. See, I actually have seen surgeries and seen people with their bodies opened. So, like, to me, I've also had multiple large surgeries that I'm not worried about that at all. Like, I just hate having surgery because I'm not in control. And I hate situations
What
where...
happened to your hair, buddy? My hair left me long ago. I don't know why you're like...
Oh my God.
What?
Okay. That's the first time.
It might not have been silent this time.
No, it was not. On the coast of California is beautiful except for Pacific Palisades and Malibu. Too soon. Yeah, the coast of California is gorgeous, but I personally am yes, I'm from Northern California, but I think that for my type of pretty, I like Northern California.
My hubby said I looked like a filleted fish during the C-section.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of blood, and you looked hella nervous. Not helpful.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be on that side of it, but why would you want to be? Like, you know. I've watched a lot of grown men faint. I worked for a plastic surgeon many, many years ago, and when we would show the husbands of the wives who had surgery how to change their drains and clean their incisions, I've watched multiple grown men fall to the floor. It's a thing that does happen. You just watch. We knew too. The color would drain. They start to do that, like, you know, the NPC like wobble, and then down.
Well, anyways, it is time for the members stream. If you don't know, we do go an hour later for the members, so we're gonna cut this one off. We went a little long today, though. I hope you enjoyed it. I know we got a little off topic at the end, but when don't
Typical.
we? If you're gonna complain about that, then just don't come to these live streams because we do this every week.
Don't come here, all right?
To all the new members, I hope we see you in the next stream. It should automatically kick you over when we end this one. To everyone who gifted and super chatted, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Ooh, Russian River is great. Yeah, really pretty up there. What?
Tanks.
Tanks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. Michael Scott.
Jeff Kane gifted 10
Oh,
memberships
Jeff.
right at the end again.
I love it when people do that. Thank you, buddy. That's
Corey, A.M., Robert,
No aquatic moose. Want want.
Not yet.
Ooh. Oh, is it still going?
This is your shot. Yeah, you gifted 10 of them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. That is a lot. I'll practice for next week. Okay. Oh. On that note, it is always a fun one, isn't it?
Is that all of them? One?
You got to scroll down there, buddy.
5, 6. Oh.
Yeah.
No aquatic moose.
No giant grouper. What?
Jeez. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If not, too bad. Still come back next week. It might get better.
Maybe.
And to all the members, we'll see you in just a minute. We're going to take like a 5-minute break and refresh our drinks, and we will be back.
Yep.
Any last words?
Nope.
Go buy fish.
Oh, go buy fish.
Use our codes.
Use our codes. That's as much as I've got in me.
Subscribe, like, comment,
Yeah,
share.
do all those things.
It's a little late to share.
Don't share it now. It's over. So
No, you can still share.
all right. Well, listen to him, I guess.
And go watch our video from yesterday and leave
Yeah.
a comment.
Yeah.
That would be helpful.
Go say things. Be nice. Remember where you
Give
came
my
from.
hole a stretch.